Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 7, In the Name of Honor, which was written by Jon Favreau and directed by Robert Rodriguez and was released on February 9th, 2022. So yeah, I'm very late on this, over a month late, but, the episode, I, didn't really care for it that much. There's some moments where I thought were fun and whatnot, but the episode had a lot of cheesiness to it, and it definitely dragged on a lot in the middle. There's a lot of action going on and whatnot. The episode mainly just takes place on in Mos Espa, the big city on Tatooine, which has been showcased throughout the series. And it's a big city, but the scale of everything going on just felt so small. I'm assuming that's probably because of some COVID restrictions and whatnot, because this series was filming late 2020 to mid 2021, so there's obviously a lot more COVID restrictions than there might be right now. Obviously there still is, but yeah, it was just pretty much just the main group of characters and kind of characters surrounding those main characters, the modders and the people of Freetown or Mos Pelgo. That's it's pretty much everyone on Boba's side, just then facing the Pikes. It was very small feeling, and at one point, the Pikes sending these big droids out at them, and those moments just dragged on way too long. It just kind of got a little boring, because people of Freetown and the modders are kind of off and fighting the one. All that was boring to me. I just didn't care about it. Boba does go get the Rancor and uses the Rancor to take out the one with the help of Din and whatnot, which I thought that was fun. There are some great moments with Cad Bane. At the beginning, Boba, talks with Cad Bane, and Fennec kind of convinces Boba to not duel him right now. But that moment was great. But then later on in the episode, they actually do duel, and I really enjoyed it. That moment went by so quick. I kind of wish they used some of the time when they're fighting those big droids and use it towards that moment. Because, I really, this was my favorite moment of the episode, this Boba and Cad Bane's little duel. I, just wish it was a little longer, because I did really enjoy it and whatnot. And also, it seems like it leads to the death of Cad Bane, so, we, probably won't get more of him, obviously, during this time. Obviously, he's lived a lot longer than I ever thought he was supposed to. There's a moment in time where we didn't even think he survived the Clone Wars, so, surprising that he was around here. Obviously, it does give us now the opportunity to get stories up with Cad Bane set during the original trilogy, so that is nice. But, I enjoyed the fight, the kind of Cad Bane, Boba kind of talk a little bit, and it leads to, pulling the blasters on each other and seeing who's faster, and Cad Bane is faster, but, Cad Bane has Boba beat, but one thing I really liked about it was Boba, had brought his gaffy stick and he uses it to, do a cheap shot on Cad Bane and take him down, and Boba kind of proves what Cad Bane, what I was trying to say was that Boba, is still a a killer, even though he's seemingly trying not to be. But, it's still in him. But, obviously, one thing Cad Bane was saying was that it's best to, go by yourself and not, have a group. Which Boba proves him wrong there by using the gaffy stick, which he got because he spent time with the Tuscans. So, I enjoyed that. It was really the biggest callback to the Tuscans in the episode, so I really did enjoy that. So yeah, but everything else I kind of just thought was, kind of I didn't really care for it too much. Like I said, there's a lot of fun moments. There's a moment when Din and Boba are working together to fight the Pikes, which is cool, and whatnot. There was a scene with Fennec where she goes to the Pikes leadership, and takes them out. That was a good scene, a very brutal scene also. But I do kind of wish Fennec got more to do in this episode. That's there's the moment where she kind of convinces Boba not to face Cad Bane right away, and then this moment here is really all she kind of gets. And also a moment where she goes and rescues the modders too. But other than that, there just wasn't a lot she did in this episode, so kind of wish we got more, and I'll talk about more in the season review. Just the entire season, I kind of wish she got a little bit more to do than she did in the season and whatnot. But the thing I didn't like about the episode the most was Grogu coming back. He comes in the X-Wing being piloted by R2, ends up Peli's hangar, and he's back with Din now. I kind of wish I was saved for The Mandalorian, the third season. I just felt like that kind of dragged down the episode a lot for me, because there's a moment I wanted to see, but I feel like it went too quick. I do like that they, Luke gave Grogu a choice of becoming a Jedi or, going back with Din. I like that, and that Grogu chose Din, but I kind of wish that's kept for a later moment. And once again, I'll talk about this more in the full season review, but I felt like Din just took over too much in the show. In this episode, definitely in the last two episodes also, I felt like he had too big of a role. I was happy he was in it, and I wanted him to be in it, but I kind of wish he had a more supporting role than what got in this. So yeah, but obviously by the end of the episode, they take out the Pikes, and Boba, he's back to having Tatooine for himself, seemingly, and whatnot. So yeah, and the episode kind of ends with him at Mos Espa with Fennec, the modders, Chrysanthemum, and whatnot. And then kind of cuts to Din and Grogu leaving the planet, and then there's a post-credit scene, because in the episode, when the people of Freetown come, they say that Cobb Vanth is dead, but in the post-credit scene, we see that modder who fixed up Fennec, working, or about to, preparing to work on Vanth, who's in Boba's, back the tank and whatnot. So, happy that Cobb is not dead. I was really sad when they're like, he's dead, and I'm like, no, I love him. But, I'm happy that he isn't. The scene was weird, though. I kind of didn't, kind of glance over who was in the back the tank. Like, I didn't, notice at first who it was, and I had to rewatch the scene, and pause, and look, and I'm like, oh, it's Cobb Vanth. So, it's kind of a weird scene, but yeah. All in all, this episode, I just, I didn't really love it. Like I said, it definitely had fun moments. a bit cheesy, but it was, I didn't mind the cheesiness of it. It was fun, but I felt like it dragged too much, and there's too much Grogu stuff in the episode. So yeah, but also I'll be doing a full season review, so you can check that out too. But this episode, I'll say a C plus. I'll say it was fun, dragged too long, had at least some good Cad Bane moments, because I had a few good Boba moments also, but just a few things I just didn't really care for. So yeah, but yeah. Anyways, like I said, full season review out next, so you can check that out then. But you can check out my reviews of the first 6 chapters. So yeah, but I've been Star Wars, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
I intend to rule with respect.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial.